Hello everyone, how are you? In this video, we're going to learn how to crop and resize in Procreate in a few different ways. So be sure to watch it till the end. Alright, so I have a random file open in Procreate, and the first thing we'll do is go over cropping and resizing your canvas. Just go to the Actions menu by tapping the wrench icon at the top left. Then tap Canvas and finally tap Crop and Resize. You'll open a new window where you can see the whole canvas. To crop it, you can just use those small bars that appear on the corners of the canvas. Just drag them in until you find a good canvas size. If you just want to crop the canvas horizontally or vertically, the same can be done using the other small bars along the canvas. As you drag these bars and change the canvas size, you can see their dimensions in real time. At the top of your screen, Procreate will also let you know how many layers you have available depending on the crop. The smaller your canvas, the more layers you can use. Whenever you're happy with the canvas size, just go to the top right of your screen and tap Done. If, on the other hand, you're not happy with the format of your canvas, you can also just tap Cancel or Reset and crop it again. Now let's go back to the Crop and Resize menu, and this time, instead of a crop, let's resize our canvas. Again, if you want a bigger canvas instead of cropping, you can just use the bars around it to increase its size. But you can also resize your canvas by inputting the exact dimensions you want. To do that, tap the Settings button at the top of your screen. As you can see, there are two fields where you can type any number you want. Just tap it and then input a value. If you tap the small chain icon in the middle, you'll lock the aspect ratio. This way you just need to input a value in one of the fields, and Procreate will automatically fill the other one, maintaining the same format. Although you're reducing or increasing the canvas size, the format you were using will still be the same. Also, you can change other settings in this menu, such as the DPI. If you're planning on printing your illustrations, 300 DPI is a good number to go with. However, if you're just doing digital assets or something to just post online, you can go lower than that. You can also change or crop your canvas by enabling Resample Canvas without cropping your artwork. This option will keep the aspect ratio of your file, and again, you only need to type one of the desired values. The snapping option can be helpful if you want to be more precise with your crop or resizing. When you activate it, the crop box will snap to the edges of your current drawing and its elements. Finally, the rotation slider allows you to rotate your canvas. This way you can be pretty creative with your cropping. Alright, let's talk about layers now and how you can crop them or the elements inside them. There is no specific cropping tool in Procreate, however you can still do it quickly. First, be sure the layer you want to crop is selected. Then tap the Move and Transform tool with the arrow icon at the top bar. As you can see, a frame will appear around the elements of your layer. Now drag it to any side or corner of the canvas until the area you want to crop is out of view. Once that's done, deselect the Transform tool by tapping on it. If you tap this tool again and move the layer to the center of your canvas, you'll notice that whatever was outside the canvas has been cropped. You can now repeat the same process for your illustration's other sides. If we import an image into Procreate and just want to keep part of it, you can do the exact same process. Using the Move and Transform tool to crop is very quick and helpful. I often use it to align the edges of certain elements of my artwork, for example. It's just good to remember that this will happen whenever you move anything outside the canvas while using this tool. So remember to pay attention when moving things around and avoid accidentally deleting or cropping anything. In the beginning, I would often forget about this and crop things when I just wanted to keep them out of the way for a while. Now, for more specific croppings, or if you want to have more control over them, it is possible to do it by using the Selection tool and Eraser. First, tap the Selection tool at the top bar. You can use the rectangle or ellipse selection options if you want your cropping to follow any of these shapes. Or you can use the Freehand tool and draw any selection you want. Draw it anywhere on your canvas and then tap the Eraser tool with any brush you want. Finally, use the eraser in the selected area until everything has been erased. This option is quite handy since it allows you to erase or crop specific areas without accidentally erasing the rest. Not only that, but there are a lot of brushes to choose from. So if you want your cropped edges to have some texture, you can use a textured brush to erase them. You can also use clipping masks. This is a more complex process, but it can be pretty useful and allows you more editing later on. First, create a new layer and fill it with any color you want. Then create another one and use the selection tool to draw anything you want in it. It can be a round shape, a square, a rectangle, or something more complex. Now fill that selection with whatever color you want. Just choose a color and then drag and release it inside the selection. Next, select the original layer you want to crop and move it so it stays above the selection layer. To do that, hold and drag it upwards and then release it. Now tap the layer you just moved and tap Clipping Mask. Your layer is now clipped to the layer below, so all you can see is the shape you created. The exciting thing about using the clipping mask is that you can then add more elements or even use different brushes to add different effects or textures. Finally, let's just say you want to cut something from a layer. You can do this by selecting the element you want to cut. Then go to the Actions menu, tap the Add tab, and finally tap Cut near the bottom. You've successfully cut out an element from your artwork. If you still want to use it, go back to the Add tab and this time tap Paste. The element you cropped out will now be pasted in a new layer and you can use it however you want. Alright, that was quite a lot, but hopefully you can now crop and resize anything you want in Procreate. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, subscribe for more tutorials and art tips, and don't forget, keep on drawing.